And good morning, YouTube. I wanted to give you a brief overview of the area surrounding Levi Stadium to help you put this series of videos in context. So this is a Google Earth view of the local area. I'll put this URL in the video description so you can look at what I'm showing in the video for yourself. And I'll try to show you where I've shot some of the recent videos from. And at the end, there's a bit of a surprise as well, so stay tuned for that. So here's the stadium, located along San Tomas Aquino Creek. The creek flows north a bit over a mile before hitting this channel, taking it out into San Francisco Bay between old salt evaporation ponds. And up here is the regional water treatment plant where the stadium gets its recycled water from. And just across the road from there is where I shot the landfill video from. And one of the potential stadium sites was just south of the water treatment plant, but concerns over odors nixed that plan. Let me turn on bicycle paths here, and we can zoom in a bit closer. So here's the mile-long section of creek trail that's closed to the public during most stadium events. So only ticket-holding pedestrians and cyclists are permitted past the gates at the south and north end of the trail. So I shot the fire danger video from here at the gate on the north side of the stadium. And if we zoom in a little farther here, zooming in farther, we can see the metal scanners at the stadium entrance. They are located on property leased from the Great America Theme Park, just down here, who owns this large parking lot. Between the magnetometers and the trail are the concession stands. This is where there's frequently piles of loose trash, as shown in a few of the earlier videos in this playlist. And this is also the reason for having to close the creek trail as it passes inside of this security perimeter. I'll talk about this little faux pas in an upcoming video. And let's zoom in a little more and see what we can find here. So if we zoom in, surprise! You can see trash from Google Earth. There's trash alongside the trail here. And this is actually one of the stadium access areas. Let's go over here. Here's another pedestrian bridge. We can zoom in there and you can see there's trash on this side of the creek, trash on this side of the creek, all these little white specks. And if we go over to this bridge, this is where I shot the last video. This is where the trash cans were. Someplace along here they have their no littering sign. This is the bridge where I showed a close-up of the fence that's supposed to keep trash out of the creek. And if you zoom in here, again you can see some trash over here. This Google Earth view was probably shot just after the stadium was forced to do a little cleanup by the Santa Clara Valley Water District in July. But you can see here's where they cleaned up the most visible trash, and you can see where they stopped right there. In fact, that is pretty amazing. So the stadium operating company and city seem to be fine with this trash. Really shows how little concern they have for the local environment. Here's a verbatim quote from a Santa Clara city official about the trash situation. However, despite regular cleanup efforts, some trash does reach the channel embankment. The Santa Clara Valley Water District mowed the channel in June to reduce fire danger. However, the mowers shredded trash into smaller pieces which are more difficult to pick up, and the shorter vegetation makes the trash significantly more visible. End quote. So the city and stadium are admitting that trash is reaching the creek channel in violation of local, state, and federal water pollution regulations. And this is the same city that stated clearly in the EIR, quote, "For these reasons, the city believes that operation of the stadium will not result in a significant increase in debris in San Tomas Aquino Creek. Here's the creek. Here's the debris. Oops, I guess they were wrong. But they don't seem to be concerned in the slightest. If you can see trash accumulation from Google Earth, that's significant in my book. Then they have the gall to blame the Water District maintenance crews who were doing their job to reduce fire danger for cutting back the vegetation along the creek banks. If the trash weren't there in the first place, it wouldn't matter if they mowed or not. And tough luck that it's now chopped up into tiny pieces and hard to pick up. Again, if the trash weren't there to begin with, the mowers wouldn't have had anything to chop up. These Google Earth photos seem to have been taken after the mowing operation, probably in late July 2015. Sweeping the dirt under the rug is great until someone lifts up that rug. Maybe they should have built the stadium out next to the water treatment plant so it could be beside the other landfills. I went out on the trail last night, the day after an NFL event, and there's more trash out there. Totally disgusting. So to be fair, in the EIR, they promised they would put out trash cans and a no littering sign, and indeed that was delivered. However, they ignored the effect of the wind and their inconsiderate patrons that caused trash to end up in the creek channel. But not to worry, in a few months, winter rains will wash all that trash out and into San Francisco Bay. And this is where uncountable number of birds overwinter on the shoreline out here. In the next video, we'll take a look at some of the environmental features the stadium said it would incorporate in the design. As the headline of this 2-year-old local newspaper article asks, "New 49ers Stadium, is it really environmentally friendly or just eco-hype?" We can take a look at some of the claimed features and then look at what's actually there and see if they lived up to the hype. Feel free to join the conversation in the comments section below. Links to referred material in the video description, along with a contact link to the stadium operating company. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated as videos are posted. And as always, thanks for watching.